everybody, and welcome back to Paradise on Pennies. I'm Heather, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that might be on your mind if you are getting ready to live on the road, or maybe you're already out there and you're wondering, should you change your own oil while you're on the road? For us, this was something that we weren't sure of at first if it's something we should do. And we traveled around. If you've followed us from the beginning and know our history, we started off just in a converted Ford Escape, kind of an SUV van, camper type thing. So in that situation, it was a lot harder for us to really come up with whether or not it was worth changing our own oil for the costs and convenience. And part of the problem in there was the space was so small that carrying around all this stuff was difficult as well. Plus, there's certain things that we have to get and bring with us, and at the time we just didn't have those things. So in that situation, it didn't really make sense, and it may not make sense for some of you in a similar, say, a smaller van or an SUV. But if you get just a little bit more space, now we're in a pop-up truck camper, which still a pretty tiny living space, but it does give us enough room in the truck area to keep just the few things that make it a little more convenient to change our own oil. So it is something that, yes, we do now, and in some circumstances, yes, we would recommend. So today Ramsey's actually working on changing our oil. So I'm going to go outside. We have a really, really cold day in summer. We're up in the mountains and it's just dropped, so I gotta get a sweater on and get a little warmer to go out there. One nice thing about the truck camper is we don't, again, you guys know we're super simple here. We don't do heating, cooling, anything fancy. We kind of live within the elements. But even in being a pop-up truck camper, it can let some cold air in, but it's not bad. I mean, I can sit here. I've been in a blanket, so I did have that. But I mean, I'm fairly comfortable. But going outside, it's really windy, so I gotta bundle up, and then I'm gonna take you guys outside with me, and we'll see what Rams is up to. And then he will probably talk to you guys, and we can talk to you guys about this and help you if you're thinking about whether or not this is something you want to do. So what will you need? Is it a cost savings? And what would it be like if you change your oil on your own? So come along.
Alright guys, so today, as she said, we're changing our oil here. So a pretty simple process and a good way to save you lots of money. So with our truck now, we got this Silverado 1500, 2015. And this thing only takes full synthetic oil now. So a lot of the vehicles are going to full synthetic now, which are obviously more expensive. But you can get more miles in between oil changes. So it kind of pans out to be about the same. But if we took this into the dealership and got an oil change, it'd probably be over $100. The way we do it here, it's probably around 50 bucks. So that's once you get all the gear that I'm going to show you here. So pretty much the only things we actually purchased were going to be some sort of funnel that you're going to need, and then your oil catchment system. So this, obviously you can just get a smaller one. I think that one's like a 10 quart, but they make smaller ones and bigger ones depending on your vehicle. And that's why we couldn't really do it with the Escape, because we have to tote that thing around and it's obviously full of oil or dirty, so you don't want to keep that in your living space. And then besides that, you're just going to need some sort of wrench. That ours is a 15 millimeter. You get one of those, and that's pretty much the only tool you'll need, unless you want to get like an oil filter wrench, which I just use my hand, so it seems to been working out fine. Some other random things we got, just need a pair of gloves in case, mostly because sometimes the bolt gets really on there pretty good, and you need more of a grip than just your hands. And then we also found this nice pipe that fits underneath over the wrench, so if you need better torque, you can use that. And then we also found some rubber gloves that work out really well, because it is a kind of a messy ordeal. And then besides that, we actually got this thing, which is actually an old patio chair, or old camping chair, that we just found the canvas part of it. So I use that to lay down on. Maybe sometimes you need a hammer, so we just use our rock hammer if you use the torque idea. So you might need some extra oomph to get it to move, like the one today. So I use that. And then also, if you want to get like jacks to raise your vehicle up so you can get underneath it, you can get that. But as you can see, we just use pieces of wood, which most of the time I can just get underneath it anyways. Hi, Lily. And but today there's like a hump in the middle of the road, so I can't really get under it, so I had to jack it up a little bit. Which a little bit doesn't matter because then the oil will drain down into the pan better. So just don't lean it forward too much. But besides that, yeah, you'll just have to buy your oil and your filter, which the filters are around, depending on how much you want to spend, $10, $20. And then your oil is around probably $10 to $20 for a 5-quart thing, a 5-quart jug. And ours takes 8 quarts, so every time we do it, we have a little bit extra. So then every couple oil changes, you actually pretty much get a free one because you don't have to buy any more oil. So that's pretty much what we got. And then basic oil change, just remove the bolt down below, drip the oil out into your pan. When that's done dripping, you'll take the oil filter off, let that drip, put the new filter back on. Always make sure to put some new oil on the seal of the oil filter, and then put it back on. And then just use your filter and put your 8 quarts back into your hi Hannah, back into your vehicle up above, and then let it run for a little bit, and then use the dipstick, check it, and if it's at the right level, you're good to go. You just saved yourself $50, so works out pretty well. And then, so my biggest question before was actually what do I do with my old oil, and that actually deterred me a lot from wanting to change my oil. But it turns out the rules are if you can return it anywhere that they sell oil at. So wherever you buy the oil from, you can just put it back into your old containers and then just bring it back to them and they'll recycle it for you. So even better that way, so you don't have to, I don't know, we see oil containers all around out here. I think people are just dumping it out here, so it's pretty sad. But dogs are going nuts. They're telling me to hurry up and get done so that we can play. So I gotta get back to work, guys, but hopefully that'll save you some money, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.